All right. We are back yet again here in Cliff Tone's Corner. I'm your host, your main man here. I'm Cliff Tone. And today we're going to do things a bit differently. Now, I know at the beginning of this season, I promised you guys a few things, but I lied. Things have gotten crazy. My life has gotten crazy. I thought this would be all the circle. But life happens. So tonight I will begin talking about Survivor 40. Finally, I've been so anxious for this. I've been very pumped up. I'm sorry, I'm much more excited about Survivor than The Circle. It's just who I am. It's just in me. And I'll be much more excited about Big Brother than Survivor. You'll notice when it happens next month. But before we even get into today's episode, it won't be very long. I'm hoping that I don't talk that much. I'll just get into the cast, the stupid twist. There's always a stupid twist. And my draft. My first time doing a Survivor draft. I normally do this with Big Brother because in my opinion, it's like way more easily, points up and down for winning a veto, using a veto, getting a vote cast against you, and this, that, and the third. It's much easier with Big Brother in my opinion. Because there's so many different things you can tally. With Survivor, I found myself having a little difficulty, but we'll talk about that later. But first, let's go ahead and get you guys filled in with a message from our sponsor. And we are back. So now that there won't be any interruptions, it's just us. Survivor 40 Winners at War. If you have no idea what this season of Survivor is about, if you don't know what Survivor is about, you need to kind of leave my podcast, go to CBS All Access or Hulu, completely fill yourself in, and then come on back right here. But if you do know what Survivor is, this year's theme is Winners at War, and Jeff has managed to wrangle up 20 of the best Survivor winners of all time. You will see some exclusions. Richard Hatch, our first ever Survivor winner, of course, will not be back, especially after the things that went down with Dan in season 39. Of course, after what happened with Rich in All Stars, it's not going to happen here in Winners of War. They're not going to allow it to happen because he was not invited. The winner that I'm looking most forward to seeing, of course, is Wendell Holland, and he won season 38 Ghost Island. And if you guys followed me on Twitter around this time, I apologize because I just love me some Wendell. I was very infatuated with Wendell. Actually, come to think of it, Wendell reminds me of someone, and I'll tag them in some tweets later and things about that. And I'll link them to this podcast, and we'll get another listener. But Wendell is the one Survivor that I would like to see win again. Now, as for her survivors who have won again, Miss Sandra Diaz-Twine, our Survivor queen, is here playing yet again, trying to go for her third win. Pavardi should have won Heroes vs. Villains. Sandra, I don't think she will win for a third time. I don't think Sandra can ever win for a third time. Hell, honestly, I believe this is the only time that someone can win for a second time. In my opinion, I don't see it happening in any other type of situation, especially this far down in the line of history of Survivor. 20 years, 40 seasons. People know by now if returnees are coming into this game with new players, they have got to go. But this is a season full of winners. We got $21 million in this season. Yes, 21 because Sandra won twice. $21 million worth of a cast here. They've sucked money out of CBS, and they are here to get $2 million more. Yes, the winner of this season. I mean, what would you expect? It's an all-winner season. It's a bigger season, a beefier season. So, of course, that prize money has to be larger as well. I mean, how else would you entice people who have done this? Some just once, but a lot of them multiple times by now to come back, especially already after winning the $1 million. So I'm very anxious to see how all these people will come on in, get off the boat, and get along. We got Natalie Anderson from San Juan del Sur, Tyson Apostle from Blood versus Water, Sophie Clark from South Pacific, Jeremy Collins from Cambodia, and so many more. We are even amazed to see Ethan here playing yet again after he won Survivor Africa, and in between Survivor Africa and now, Ethan not only beat the game of Survivor, he beat cancer, which is one of the most amazing things ever. So I'm really interested to see, especially because I've recently watched Survivor Africa in the past like 6 months. So I'm really anxious to see how Ethan plays again. I love to see it. Someone else I'm very, very, very excited to see play again is Parvati, my queen, my queen, my queen. Parvati is someone that I want to go really, really far. Like I said, she should have won Heroes vs. Villains, but she won Micronesia, Asia, Eastern. I don't know. It's something like that. But to go ahead and move on, we have like so many great characters in this one season. We've gotten so much from so many of these people from so many seasons, some together, some apart. And of course, they hang out outside the season. So it'll be very nice to see how all these winners, this upper echelon category of players, kind of mesh with one another, how to get along. I want to see who has beef and this, that, and the third, and everything else in between. And I do want drama. I mean, what's a season of Survivor without drama? It's boring. But to think about this, there are actually some players that will be playing in Survivor 40 that have actually played in seasons, or that have played in a season where the hidden immunity idols did not exist. Well, I guess you can say seasons because Amber played in her original season, and then she went and won All Stars, and she had never seen a hidden immunity idol, never touched a hidden immunity idol. I feel like I say that word so weird, or that combination of words so weird. But okay, but she never has had an experience at all with an idol, and there are some other players going into this experience just like that, and it's gonna be interesting to see. Now I started watching Survivor, if you guys don't know, out season 25, 26, and I've gone back so far to rewatch 1 through 9. So I've seen quite a few of these people play. Maybe not their first time, some not their second, but I've seen a good majority of them play very nice games, very good games. Not in like a mean or whatever type way. More so in a oh my gosh, look at that skill, or look at this, look at that. But some players, some may have won because of animosity. Some may have won because of bitter juries. But some won because of their game. It's all that matters in this world, folks. I'm really hoping that the people I want to go far goes far. And everyone else, oh well. Like I said, this podcast won't be very long, so I'm going to go ahead and move on. This is our 8th straight season in Fiji. Our 9th overall. This is the 13th season to include returning players. And this is our 5th season with all returning players. This is Edge of Extinction's second time rearing its ugly head in this game of Survivor. And some fans love it, some fans hate it. I'm pretty biased about it because Edge of Extinction gave me Reem. And for Reem Daily, I will forever be grateful. I hope to see her on a future season of Survivor. She, if I'm not mistaken, she was the first boot. So she is the first jury member to go 39 days. Well, I guess first trial happens on day 3. So I guess 36 days on the edge. Well, not on the edge, but in the jury, I guess. I don't know, because the edge is so weird to me. See, that's the thing. Because essentially, if you go to the edge of extinction, edge of extinction. I need to get my words right, and I need to stop drinking. That's part of the problem. But if you go to the edge, you're pretty much guaranteed to get your spot in the jury, your spot to the end, and you get to cast your vote for the winner. And I mean, when I first heard about it going into it, I didn't know how to feel about it. But then once it gave me Reign, that made me pretty damn excited. And it was fine with me. I liked the edge from then on out. Some people have their complaints and this, that, and the third, especially after a person who was only in the game, what was he in the game for, like 9 days, and then he was sent to the edge, and then he came back, and then he won the season. I'm like, you didn't do what we did. You didn't survive. And that was the argument. It was like, well, he wasn't here the whole time. He went to the edge, and that's what made that person lose, because everyone on the jury was from the edge. So it's, of course, like, they're going to go for the person from the edge, I feel like. So I'm really hoping that in this season, the person who makes it back from the edge of extinction is voted out rather quickly. And if I'm not mistaken, there's 2 points to return into the game. I don't know if they're going to do this again in 40. But I'm really hoping that the edge players get voted back out and sent back to the edge rather quickly. Unless it's Wendell or Pavardi. I got nothing to say. Oh, Jeremy. Oh my gosh. I forgot Jeremy was here. So yeah. Unless it's Wendell, Jeremy, Pavardi, leave them alone. Leave them in the game. Let them be my final 3, please. I don't care who makes fire against them. Let it be a loser. It don't matter to me. But I really have high hopes for this season, and I really do not want to be let down. Like, this is the most excited I have ever been about a Survivor season, and these people, like, I keep, like, making my chair creak. These people, they hold all my happiness in their hands. And depending on how this season goes, because season 39 held all my happiness in its hands. And then episode 1, it got dropped a little bit. And then further throughout the season, they just smashed my heart into pieces. And it was like, well, damn, what the fuck did I show up here for? This was a shit show. This should have been left on the cutting room floor. Something should have been done about this. But you know what? We're not here to talk about 39. It's all about 40. So let's go ahead. Let's move on. I'm going to move on to my Survivor 40 draft. And my draft is here for all of my fun. I don't really believe I'll find anyone to even participate in this with me. Simply because I don't have any, like, real life Survivor friends. So I have no one to play this in real life with. So I'm just going against myself. I'm just rooting for my 3 hopefuls, Pavardi, Jeremy, and Wendell. Not specifically in that order. So we got points for, like, finding an idol, finding an advantage. Bonus points for finding that idol or advantage during a challenge. Winning individual immunity, of course, that'll be later on down the line. I will not count tribal immunity. No, I'm not. I'm not going to. No, I'll leave it. Wins reward, individual reward. Again, that'll be later on down the line. I will not count tribal reward. Make it to the merge. Every player that makes it to the merge will receive some points. If you play an idol, whether that's incorrectly or correctly, it doesn't matter. If you play an idol, period, you will gain points for that. If you play an advantage, whether you do it, again, correctly or incorrectly, you will be granted points for that as well. If you get voted out with an idol, you will lose points. If you receive a vote, you will lose points for each and every vote. If you get sent to the edge, you lose points. If you return from the edge, you gain points, of course. If you win Survivor, of course, you get the ultimate points. You get the $2 million and all the points to go along with it. That was pretty much it. I would really want to know about these fire tokens. I keep hearing about these fire tokens. They're, I guess, supposed to be some sort of currency this season or something of the sort. I don't know. From what I think I know, you have them, and if you get voted out, you'll gift them to someone else. You like, I don't think you bring them to the edge. No. Yeah, I don't. Shit. I need answers, Jeff. I need answers now. And I'm so glad that this premiere comes on in just a little bit. Some of you guys will be listening to this after the episode, and I'll also try to record an episode after the episode, which means this is going to be a 2 for tonight. I'm going to be podcasting all night long. I hope not. I just really want to find out by the end of all of this entire season. I want to know who is the best of the best. That is my question for this season. Who has what it takes to win Winners at War? Who can go to war out of all these winners and be the one to win again? It will not be Sandra. It cannot be Sandra. Honestly, I don't believe it can be Sandra. I'm sorry. I love you, Queen. But there is no way in hell that these people will let Sandra win again. I'm going to stop now because I can go on all night long. I'm about to catch the premiere of Survivor 40 Winners at War in a little less than an hour. I hope you guys tune back in for the next episode of Clifton's Corner, where we're digging into the first episode and the first tribal council, the first challenges, how everybody looks since they first played. It's gonna be everything. I cannot wait. Thank you guys for tuning in. And until next time, I'm your host, Cliff Tone. Thank you.